Phillips. It sounds like you and Moai have been dealing with a really frustrating situation for quite a while now.
Yeah.
But he's really lucky to have such a concerned owner.
Thanks.
We just briefly wanted to go over what you had told us so far, kind of about Moai, and make sure that we hadn't left something out.
Great.
So please feel free to chime in if we misunderstood or if we did miss something. So
Okay.
It sounds like Moai's been chronically itchy since he's been about a year old, but recently that itchiness has gotten much worse.
Yes.
And then along with the increased itchiness, Moai's been having 2 weeks ago, started having nasal discharge, congestion, runny eyes, sneezing, and now he has a visible scab on his nose.
Right.
And then going along with those problems, we've also seen some behavioral changes. So he's been more isolated, he's been yowling, scratching the furniture, going to the bathroom outside the litter box, and had an increased tendency to kind of bite and scratch.
Right.
And ideally, you're looking for a long-term solution for Moai's discomfort. Does that sound about right?
Exactly. Yeah, we just really want to get to the root of this seemingly incurable itchiness and try to find some kind of long-term treatment plan. You know, my wife and I just feel, well, really guilty that we've let it go this long.
So, what do you feed the cat?
Oh, we give him Science Diet indoor formula.
And any treats?
Sure. Occasionally we give a little bit of deli meat or tuna fish water. Moai loves a little dollop of whipped cream now and then too.
Oh.
Well, it sounds like Moai could be suffering from a variety of different diseases. He could have allergic contact dermatitis or maybe some parasitism issues. I'm not really sure, but it kind of sounds more like atopic dermatitis to me. And that's a really complex disease. It involves antibody formation, genetic tendency to have hypersensitivity. I think he has a compromised skin barrier for sure, and I think he has some immunologic deficiency going on. So I think what's going on is he's encountering these environmental allergens. They're forming these complexes on his mast cells, on his basophils, and then the next time he encounters them, they're just degranulating, causing pruritus, erythema. Now it's become so chronic that it's self-trauma, and we're definitely seeing some psychogenic alopecia.
I
the reason-
definitely think this is a case of atopic dermatitis. But I'm going to need to start by ruling some things out. So I'll start with a skin scraping and a tape prep. And we can also do some skin biopsies of any sores we can find, and maybe even Moai's nose. I'll also start him on a course of antibiotics for the obvious pyoderma. And then we can move on to a food trial with a novel protein source. And finally, allergy testing, with the intradermal method preferably, but if I have to settle for a serum test, I can.
Dr. Ford, did you have something that you wanted to say earlier? Well, Mr. Phillips, I know that we presented you with a lot of information. And I do agree with Dr. 3 and Dr. 5 that Moai is likely suffering from atopic dermatitis. And that simply means that Moai's skin is reacting to some allergen in the environment, and that allergen is making him really itchy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think it would be a good idea to kind of step back and maybe diagram how atopic dermatitis can make cats itchy. And then we can discuss some of the tests that Dr. 5 presented and what we hope to learn from those tests. How's that sound to you?
Excellent, actually. Yeah, I think I'd like a little bit more information or a little more clarity before I sign off on any tests. But yeah, let's go with that.
Great, let's get started.